Next up I have here from Scorpion Releasing, that is Shredder, and this is directed by Greg Huson. And what this is about this group of friends that break into this like old abandoned, ski resort that is going to be getting fixed up by one girl that break in, her family is buying it, so they break in and they're gonna party, have a good time. And that they're all snowboarders, and what they don't know is though that on this mountain somewhere is that there's this skier that has this big grudge against snowboarders for some reason, and basically wants to kill each one of them off one by one. So now they have to survive the weekend and figure out who is the one doing all the killing. Movie came out in 2001, and it stars some familiar faces, but like it's weird because it's familiar faces, but I've only ever seen maybe one or two of them, and the other one is like I swear I've seen them before, and I looked up where they're from, and it's like nothing I've seen them in, and that's very strange, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this was a slasher, snowboarder slasher, one death to snowboarders kind of movie back in the day. I thought it was made in the 90s, but it was 2001 actually. But it has that 90s feel to it. And the funny thing is, everybody in this movie's pretty much around my age. So everybody dressing like that in the movie was pretty much how I was dressing at this time. Because back then, I was thinner and I was able to fit into this stuff. So, not that I was a snowboarder, but I remember people dressing like this, and the things they said and wore, and the music in the movie, like it was just like, like how it was. Because I graduated in '98, 2001, I turned 21, and it was just like it had that vibe to it. Like it brought back some memories to me, of the time I was on the mountain where there was a homicidal maniac killing people from my group. But no, seriously, it was I don't remember if I saw this back in the day, to be honest. Like I remember the cover. There's a reversible cover on here, and I do remember that, but I couldn't tell you if I saw it before. I might not have, to be honest. If I did, I just forgot it, or maybe I'm kind of betting that I never did see it before. But now I saw it. I saw that Scorpion, well, Ronin FLix actually sold this. I saw they were selling it, brand, it just came out, and I thought I'm gonna get that. The cover is amazing. So based on this cover alone, it just got it, get your attention. But I thought, oh, what the hell, I'm gonna get it. Check it out. It was a fun time. It was a little bit of comedy to it. Like it wasn't nothing to ruin the movie. Like they throw in like little funny things that they say. They bust balls to to each other. But there were some cringy moments too in there, like some like maybe not too PC kind of things. And it's like, like one of the guys in this was Scott. I forget how you say his name. It's not how it looks. It's like Weinger, but that's not how you say it. He's from Full House, and it says Aladdin. That's the thing. Like I know him. He's in obviously Fuller House. It says Fuller House on here and Aladdin, but I would have thought they would put Full House. And the other girl who's like known in here is Lindsey McKeon, who was in Saved by the Bell, the new class. And now I know I've seen the new class. If I've Saved by the Bell, I couldn't tell you anything that happened to it, and I don't really remember anybody from it. But she looks so damn familiar. I don't know. And she was in other things like Supernatural and stuff like that. But the cast was fun. I will say that they were all pretty likable. Like I said, Lindsey McKeon played this girl named Kimberly, who was the bitch of the group, and she was not likable because she treated her boyfriend, who was played by Scott. Can't think of his name in this. I can't think of his name, but he, her boyfriend's name in this movie. She treated him like shit. She was just kind of like stringing him along, and the guy thought he was going to get laid over the weekend and all this kind of stuff. And I don't know, but like it's kind of one of those movies that, like, there's the rules about, you know, being in a horror movie kind of thing, but they kind of break those rules as well. So, like, even if you're a virgin, it doesn't matter. You could die in this movie. So it's kind of cool that, like, all bets were off in this. You never know. Anybody could die. It was pretty good. I was surprised. I had a fun time with this. Like I said, enjoyable group. The picture looked good. Very good, actually. The sound was good. Captions were good. And, you know, the soundtrack was pretty good. Like, there was a lot of, like, I'd say punk music. I don't want to say, like, you know, and no effects or stuff like that, but there was, like, sort of punk music in it, like enjoyable stuff. So, you know, snowboarding music. So it's kind of cool, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, I never saw it before, and I'm glad I picked it up. I thought it was a good time. There was, like, probably one generic looking CGI kill, and it was like toward the end that looked pretty bad, but then the overdone of the after effect of it, I can't say without giving it away, made up for it, I guess. But yeah, I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was fun. It was pretty cool. And then, like, you know, I'll show you, of course, I'll show you what's a closer look at this. And here we have this new artwork here, which is phenomenal. And this is from Devin Whitehead, and he's done a lot of stuff for, like, Cavity Colors and stuff like that. Like, he's amazing. Look him up. He does some great stuff. And this artwork is amazing. And it's a slipcover. You pull it out, and there's the original artwork, which, not too grabby, to be honest. You know, not bad, just like a cheesy cover from back in the day. But this is amazing. This is just like, wow, I would totally rent that. Like, look, check that out. And then you have on the back, you have that here, and it's pretty much the same on the back of the other cover. You know, it's reversible, so you could have this artwork here, there as well if you wanted. But, you know, on the side here, you got the newer font for Shredder here, and that same thing on the other side. But, like, right here, you have special features. There's not too much, but you do get an interview and that. And if you want to pause it here and check it out, you can. And then the inside here, you have the Blu-ray, which is Region A. And you also do get a mini poster in here, but I forgot to put it back in here. I actually have it out and pulled it out because I want to actually frame it and put it on the wall. One thing that surprised me with this movie was how gory it was, and it started off pretty gory right away. Pretty cool. And there's, like, this one scene with something attached to the scare lift. That's what they should have called it. The ski lift. Throughout, like, most of the movie, that was something that was attached to it, which I got a chuckle out of every time it, like, passed by and it was in the background. People didn't even notice it. It wasn't supposed to be funny, but, like, I found it funny. But yeah, it was, like, it was pretty cool. I kind of predicted, you know, the killer, but, you know, I guess that's just because I've seen so many, or I'm just, again, a lucky guess. I don't know. But yeah, I enjoyed this movie. It's cheesy. It's a good time. It doesn't really. I shouldn't say it doesn't take itself seriously, but, you know, it's just like a typical, you know, bunch of people getting together, and then not all of them make it out. So if you're, like, looking for a movie where, you know, teenagers are going up to a mountain to snowboard and they're gonna get killed, you know, this is definitely the movie you want to watch. So yeah, I would definitely watch this again. Definitely rewatchability. I had a lot of fun with it, and again, that cover art is fucking amazing. I love it. That's definitely some of the best cover art I've seen in a long time. But yeah, so I say definitely check this out if you can. So yeah, that's Shredder.